Okay, that brings me to John Halverson because John Halverson is the attorney for one of those four suspects, Jeffrey Mackey. John, thank you for being up with me late tonight on a Friday night. I understand you've had a long day because you were in court this morning with your client, Jeffrey Mackey. Tell me everything. Why is your client embroiled in all of this?
I don't know if I can tell you everything, Ashley, but thank you very much for having me. I appreciate being here. And it's not normally how I spend a Friday night, but okay.
Me neither. So what do you know? Because obviously you've been served some paperwork on your client. He's facing some pretty grisly charges in an extraordinary crime that's being alleged. So what is it? Why is he even part of it?
Well, I'm not sure that he is part of it at this point. We have pled not guilty, and I have not received a lot of paperwork at this point. I've only received some basic paperwork. I've not received any discovery. I've not received any substantial paperwork to make any real determinations, other than the conversations that I've had with my client.
What does he say?
Well, as you know, that's privileged. I can't go into what my client tells me. He told me he's not guilty. He told me he didn't do this. That's what he told me.
So here's what I don't understand, John. You'll have to bear with me. I understand you're sort of handcuffed by privilege, but your client, Jeffrey Mackey, lives in the home on Railroad Avenue. The home has been raided by the police and has been discovered to be uninhabitable because the pipes are all clogged with human body parts. Did he say anything about noticing the fact that the toilets and the drains wouldn't work because of all the blood and gore that was in them?
No, I think that you're mistaken on that point. From my understanding, and once again, I do not have paperwork. I do not have anything else other than some conversations I've had with the district attorney's office. But I think that the home was made inhabitable because of the investigation of the Suffolk County homicide detectives and collecting evidence. I believe that's what took place. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that when they collected the evidence, they had to collect pipes and bathroom fixtures and things like that. So I believe that's what made it uninhabitable, was their investigation and their collection.
Sure. And I respect that. Obviously, if there's junk in the drains, they're going to have to cut those drains up and find that evidence. No matter what, they did announce that there were human body parts and blood and flesh in the pipes. That's the curiosity I have about living in that home. And your client was living in that home. So what does he know about the condition of those pipes and what was in them?
I did not have that conversation with him.
What's his connection to the other three who are said to be residents? I think Stephen Brown, Amanda Wallace, and Jeffrey Mackey, your client, all live there. And then Alexis Nieves is said to be homeless, but it almost seems like she was staying there. What do you know about the connection between these four?
Well, I'm not sure of the other two, but I know being with my client and Miss Nieves today, it seems as if they have a connection and that they are together.
So you're saying your client, Jeffrey Mackey, and Alexis Nieves are a couple?
That's what it seemed to me, being with them together today, and that's basically what my client has told me, yes.
Was she indeed homeless, or was she living in the home with Jeffrey Mackey and Stephen and Amanda?
I believe she was staying there.
She was staying there. Okay. And then what is Jeffrey, your client's connection to Stephen and Amanda, who are also living in that home? How do they all know each other?
Well, I'm not sure they had a long relationship, but I'll leave that to the investigators to find out and figure out. That's not for me to determine or to tell. That, once again, that's something my client has told me, and it's something that I consider privileged at this point.
Okay. Does your client think that Stephen and Amanda may have had something to do with the body parts in the drains?
I didn't ask him about other people. They have attorneys. I only spoke to my client about his actions and what he did. And once again, he's told me that he's not guilty of this. He did not do anything. And that's the information that I have.
Boy, I'm not getting anywhere. One last question. A lot of the neighbors said there's action all night long at that house. Do you know, John, if there was drug activity at that house, whether or not your client Jeffrey Mackey had anything to do with it? Was there drug activity regularly at that house?
I don't believe that to be the case.
Okay, well, you and I have to have another conversation on Monday or next week when we start to learn more about this, because this is pretty perplexing, and I can tell that you feel like you have a lot of interviewing still to do too.
I do, and this is 3 days old. I've had an opportunity to speak to my client a couple times, but I have no discovery. I have no information other than felony complaints, which tells me nothing. But yeah, I'd be happy to discuss further.
So let's make a date. Yeah, let's make a date next week when we start to learn a little bit more, because this is the new Amityville Horror, and you're now, going to be part of the script writing. Thank you, John Halverson. I appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.